Hello people, I am Skydemolisher and welcome back for episode 6 of our Let's Play of Contrast. Last week we finished off fixing up the pirate ship, and this week we are off to fix up the last of the attractions for the circus. So without further ado, we'll get into it. If we can remember where the last attraction is. Let's see. God. High dive. Ugh. That doesn't look terribly inviting. I think this is the last attraction. Yep.
Hey, has anyone seen the princess puppet? We can't really start the story without her.
That sounds like Daddy.
Darn! Where did I put her? Ah, there she is. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a castle with her father, the king. The king loved her very much because daddies loved their daughters. Unfortunately, the kingdom also had an ogre who was eating travelers because ogres do that. So the king did what kings do and promised that anyone who slew the ogre would get to marry his only daughter, the princess, and become king when he died. The king's lands were very far away, and the ogre was very large, so only one knight showed up. His name was Fred, and he fell immediately in love with the princess. Fred was a brave knight, and he marched off the next morning, singing a brave song as loudly as he could. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she set off into the forest to look for him. The princess tracked Fred's footprints through a strange wilderness full of scary sounds and hidden dangers. Chasms filled with razor-sharp bamboo. Fortunately, she was a very brave princess who loved adventures, just like you. She used her wits to get past unexpected obstacles.
Looks a lot more like a gnome or a conehead than a princess.
She came to a wide river filled with snapping crocodiles. She couldn't even swim. So what do you think she did?
Jumped on their heads.
She ran on top of their heads.
That's right. It was a magical forest where the plants seemed to know each other. She had to use magic mushrooms to get high or up.
Oops. So I think I need this one and this one. Whoop. Nope. Maybe I do need all three. Ugh.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
Well, at least we know what happens if we fail this.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
So I'm not allowed to use the dash in this one. Oh.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what
We were
happened.
close on that one. Well,
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
far too close
Wait,
to
that's not
the
what happened.
the thing there.
She learned to use some bendy tree branches to fling herself across a patch of deadly sharp bamboo. As the sun was setting, she came to the giant ogre's campsite. And there, the princess discovered that the ogre had captured Fred and hung him from a tree as a snack.
Oh no.
The ogre did not appreciate visitors at all. Even Fred seemed a little embarrassed to see them.
Whoops.
But the princess was a woman of action, and she was nimble, and the ogre was clumsy and easy to taunt.
What's a taunt?
That's when you make fun of something. You should never make fun of people, but with ogres, sometimes you have to.
Just a little too close to that this time. So it's a bit like the spider one in Limbo. Oops. It's funny how before it got stuck in the tree, but now it won't get stuck in the tree. And I'm sure we're in roughly the same spot as what we were. Aha. I'm sure it's just a matter of jumping on the damn thing when it's in the right spot. Oop. Sometimes I feel sorry for making you guys watch this sort of stuff because it's just me failing over and over again. When I shouldn't be failing that much. He says as he fails again. Mind you, when you think about it, this is the like 6th episode I've shot today, so you know, you get a little on the tired side eventually. So that's the part I don't get, because I'm like, you should be able to jump on top of his club and not have it kill you. Look. It's like a solid couple minutes now of me just being slaughtered by the guy. But I seriously don't get it, because it's like standing in the same spot virtually every time, and then all of a sudden he's just like, no, I'm not going to do it. So close and yet so far away.
And so the princess tricked the ogre and rescued Fred. Fred didn't feel too good about it. He really loved the princess. Fortunately, the king told him about a giant spider that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand. So Fred marched off to the lair of the giant spider, singing a brave song, a little less loudly than before. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she went off looking for him again. Fred's footprints led her into a dark and creepy cavern, full of strange dripping sounds, kind of like the basement at school. Her footsteps echoed and echoed, until it sounded like someone was following her. Soon she came to a vast pit, filled with vicious, deadly spikes. It was much too big to jump over, but far off, she could hear moaning. She thought it might be Fred. So what do you think she did?
I know.
What?
She used an umbrella.
What?
Like that nanny in that movie.
This is the Middle Ages, honey. Where would she get an umbrella?
I don't know, but that's what she used.
I don't think I have an umbrella.
Well, you better find one, because she used an umbrella.
Where am I supposed to get an umbrella? There we go. So the princess bravely threw herself into the air, slowing her fall using an umbrella, just like that nanny in the movie. She floated down into the cave. Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened. Deeper and deeper into the cavern she floated. She thought she could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind.
I always hate this kind of control stuff. Whoops.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
Hold on.
Wait, that's not what happened.
Now that we know.
Deeper and deeper into the cavern she floated. She thought she could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind. Finally, she landed softly, right in a spider's web. Fortunately, it was a very old web, and she was able to break free.
Oh, what? So, yeah. So instead of just breaking free and going, it quit out. And now I've got to redo this lovely fall thing again, which I hate. Oh.
Unfortunately, the web was the only thing holding up a giant boulder. The princess needed to find somewhere to hide.
Very limbo light there. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh no.
Suddenly, a giant spider jumped out of the shadows and attacked her. She ran and climbed and jumped and climbed, but the giant spider was very good at climbing too. It had 8 legs and the princess only had 2.
Oh. Sort of not what we want, is it? Whoops. Because it doesn't restart right where we were. It's a real pity that we don't have like the dash thing in this. Oh no.
Fortunately, the princess remembered how the webs were holding up boulders.
I'm hoping this is a safe spot. Seems to be.
Poor spider.
Well,
Finally, she
it was going to
found
eat poor Fred.
He was all wrapped up like a present for the giant spider's girlfriend. He was dreadfully embarrassed about having to be rescued again. He really loved the princess. The princess decided he was cute. Fortunately, the king told him about a dragon that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand and stop being so embarrassed. So Fred marched off to the mountaintop of the dragon, singing a brave song very quietly. After a few days, the princess got to wondering.
Why her dad kept trying to give her away?
That too. But she was worried about Fred, so she went off to find him.
Good old Fred. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because we've now just gone over the 20-minute mark, I will pick up the continuing tales of the bumbling Fred next week. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.